I think everybody received the legislative update from, did you actually read it? Because I just wanted to draw everybody's attention to the last item on there, that the professional development for school committees bill passed. And we are all required now to do 6 hours of professional development each year.
Was attending model schools
You
count?
are.
That was a
Is
lot.
it on school, is it
Right, roll that over for
specified
3
what the
years.
professional development
No,
has
I
to
think
be?
it has to be I think it's stuff. I think it's workshops that we ask sponsors. That's a good question. Can you substitute something else, and who decides what's credited?
What I plan.
And the law in Massachusetts is specific to the roles of school committees. And usually it's by the School Committee Association. Policy and leadership.
Right. Yeah, we ask, it's not hard to get 6 hours if you go through.
So like even
several
attending
of
those meetings would, no.
I don't know whether going to the quarterly meetings, I don't know, no. But going to like the sessions on negotiations or on the, you went to some of the, you chalked those some hours.
Okay,
this
very
last
good.
year.
Very good.
So when does that come into effect?
Yeah, not yet, but you talked
Well,
about
I would
it.
guess-
I mean, I can read the update, but
Yeah, I don't think it's specified, but it was, it's just a blur of what the bill,
Right.
look up the
Yeah.
bill. I mean, it's all relative because there's no penalty. What are you gonna, how are you gonna penalize somebody? They're an elected official. Now, at most what they'll do is publish a list of people who made their 6 hours.
It didn't.
Yeah. But I mean, I agree with the intent of it. I agree with the intent.
I know it's good.
It's very, I think it's well placed. And the only other legislative note is that I had some communication with Will Van Horn. You might remember Will. Will used to work for the Education Partnership before it went under, and he was on the funding committee, worked on the funding formula committee with me. He's a brainiac who analyzes. I mean, he is a brainiac. He's very hard to talk to. Unless you speak his brainiacese. But he contacted me through Facebook. I am now on Facebook. I am up to date now, and the first message I get is from Will Van Horn. But anyway, Will says that the current formula is unkind to us and other communities because it counts twice free and reduced lunch. Once in the allocation for kids, but it's also part of the actual formula of tax equity versus whatever. So it's a double whammy. So I've asked Will to give me a little more explanation on that, and if it actually turns out to be something substantive, then that's something perhaps in the next year we can pursue.
Yeah.
But we would encourage the
How
statute.
do you think we could encourage parents who would qualify to apply? Because, often we think that we have, and we put a process in place so that there wouldn't be any really knowledge or discrimination against kids because of the automatic system that we have.
Right.
But we feel that we probably have people that qualify that do not apply. And that's, a personal thing on their part, but it does, significantly impact not only in the formula, but when we apply for grants and other things, a lot of times your free and reduced lunch count determines whether you qualify for grants or not.
Well, I mean, it may or may not be a personal choice on their part. Maybe they don't know, so it's possible that
I don't think that they know the financial impact of the district.
Right.
I'm not sure what the...
Or that it's clear to them that there's no stigma. Right. That would be the fear, that there would be a
Yes.
stigma for the child, and since we've got procedures in place that it's confidential, basically.
Well, when are parents, so my kids have been in the school system now 3 years, and I
That
didn't know about
information
it.
goes out at the beginning.
Goes out
I think it's in the beginning of the year packet that will come home on the first day.
So I would say highlighting it, making a campaign around it. I mean, because
I could write a cover letter to it that would explain, please
No, and also
consider
too-
this, please, if you qualify, consider applying.
Perhaps part of the presentations at the open house. I mean, I was really surprised at how many people were at the Melrose Equipment House, last September. could be mentioned there as well, perhaps. I'll leave that up to you folks, but the idea, after attending the funding formula workshops and so forth, that basic form, I mean, one of the basic factors is free and reduced lunch in determining who gets what. And I don't want to lie about it, but then on the other hand, if we are eligible.
Somebody's of need, I mean.
Well, not only that, if somebody's of need, they should take advantage of it. That's a personal choice, but there is, stigma has been removed, at least public stigma. So I'm just saying that from our standpoint, we should do what we can to encourage people to apply if you're eligible, even if you're not, but if you're eligible, that eligibility may actually help the funding of the school.
And that is what we use for, when we have extracurricular activities. If people have a financial need, if they're reduced lunch, then the fee is half, and same thing for pre-K fees.
Right, and I mean,
that's the only fair way that we feel that we have to determine if there is that need. So,
I mean, folks in East Greenwich and Barrington are going to be saying the same thing we are. Well, maybe not Barrington, because they actually get more under this formula. But for those folks who are facing, a loss of revenue because of the funding formula, it would behoove us to pursue this.
Policy?
You got your policy.
Wellness?
While we didn't meet, I think in your packet you have Amy Sullivan's annual report and some awards that we won and a pretty good summary of how she did this year and really driving wellness within the school.
Great.
And also on the topic of wellness, we've been informed that we will be having a flu clinic. From the information we got, we think it's going to be in the evening. It's going to be a combined seasonal H1N1 vaccine, one clinic for all population. If there's enough vaccine, parents and siblings will be allowed to get the shots at the same time, as well as all staff. Figure logistically how to run a clinic of that size.
That's a big clinic.
That's a big clinic, but every district in the state is going to be running that clinic.
And also, I'd just like it noted, Ms. Sullivan did receive an award for outstanding service and response to the H1N1 flu pandemic. I'd like that reflected in the minutes and our thanks to her professionalism and expertise in this area. And a very thorough, I think it should be noted too, a very, very thorough update from, you really look through this, it's very impressive as to the numbers, the statistics that are being kept, and the role that she takes in schools.
Okay. Public? Here. With the voice of the public quiet, do I have a motion to adjourn?
So moved.
Second. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Okay.